Okay, final video shitting on Shay the scammer now. So he told me that his daughter died. So we'll start over. All right, so he's claiming his daughter died in some sort of accident yesterday. I don't believe him, frankly. He called me twice in the middle of the night, which I missed because I was asleep. And then he sent me a screenshot of a text conversation where someone tells him his daughter was in an accident with a cracked skull and 4 broken ribs, and it's just a parade for morons. Who sends that kind of text, that kind of information in a text? Only morons or people who are faking. Nobody does that. Nobody's like, hey, just so you know, your daughter's dead. She had a cracked skull and 4 broken ribs. Like, that's not a thing. That happens. Who sends that kind of information in a text? Only morons or people who are faking. Texted me and said, I lost my little girl. Who takes time to send a screenshot of a text like that? And why are you sending it to me of all people? Like, why am I on your list of people to tell that your daughter is dead? Because you want money. Like, what do you expect me to say to that? So now I can't ask him for the $2,000 he borrowed from me for gas the other day, because then I'm a bitch for asking for money from someone whose daughter just died. $2,000 is like $20. He had a couple that he was touring around, and they were in Kingston, and so I hitched a ride with them to Lime Key, which is like it takes a while to get there, and he didn't have cash on him, or so he said, so I gave him $2,000 to get gas, but like I would have paid so much more to have to go there anyway, but he had said he would pay me back. How convenient. And he conveniently sent the person who was going to set me up with Mick Jagger away the other day for some sort of family emergency. How convenient. And I certainly can't ask him about the Jagger thing now, because then I'm like interrupting his grieving or whatever. When I asked him for logistics about Mick the other day, he didn't respond. How convenient. So he got a nice expensive birthday gift for me, the tattoo cream. I bought him this tattoo cream. It was fine. Out of a sense of obligation, because he was going to help me meet Mick Jagger for my birthday. So of course I need to reciprocate. Never asked him to help me meet Mick. He just informed me it was happening. This guy like decides he's doing things for you without you asking him to. Like, all right, we're giving up on meeting an Obi woman. Okay, I'm taking you to an Obi woman. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to Mick Jagger. I wasn't holding my breath about meeting Mick because this dude is a bullshitter. I was just not burning the bridge just in case it is happening. Because even the hypothetical prospect of meeting Mick Jagger is worth wading through some bullshit. Oh, never have I said truer words. So this all just seemed like more confirmation of that. I'll play the game, though. I'll text him some condolences again at some point today. Don't want to burn the bridge after all. He's just clearly an enormous moron. Nothing he says is ever consistent. He said he was going to come celebrate my birthday, never mind that I hadn't invited him, and then tried to make me feel dumb saying, I don't do Negril, remember? Oh, this guy had nothing nice to say about Negril. Whatever your plans are, he'll shit on them and have you convinced that it's going to be terrible. I had a great time, and I'd been there before. Like, you can't tell me about my own experiences. God, my bangs are terrible today. The day that we drove to Ochi, which is stupid because he drove to Negril after leaving me to sleep at the place in Treasure Beach that first night that we were traveling. Yeah, so he drops me off in Treasure Beach, and then he has to go like rough up some dude for money in Negril, and there was like guns and shit apparently. And as I got out of the car, he said he was driving to Negril to go get someone. He just says whatever he can to make you feel shitty. Tried to make me feel dumb for booking Roots Bamboo, and for wanting to go to Negril at all. Roots Bamboo is where I would always stay, in Negril. I don't think I'll ever go there again because they were shitty the last time I was there, but it was fine then. Like, why do you care? And telling me how terrible my place in Mobay must be. Where does this even end? because it's affordable, and 1 minute Obia is super powerful and I better not mess with it, and it's my fault that he's mixed up in it, which is hogwash, but the next it doesn't matter. He chooses God and that woman can't do anything to him. The guy never makes any sense. He just says whatever needs to be said to manipulate you into feeling inferior. He tried to tell me how people act in New York because he knows New York, having once stayed at the Hotel Pennsylvania. And I totally shut him down. But he was much more timid the other day when he dropped me by Lime Key with his customers. I sat in the back and chatted about everything I've been up to, how I moved out of Lee's house and everything's so much better now, and how I've been doing stuff in Kingston, and how great my vacation to Negril and Mobay was, and he didn't have anything to say. No criticisms. Because there were 2 other people in the car, and he couldn't attempt to bully me for the sake of his own insecurities if there are other people there to witness it. Ranting about that felt good, but I'm really hungry, so it's time for a break. And that's the story of Shay, the scammer, who I traveled around in Jamaica with for several days. The end.